This is a video with the 3D modelling by the Greater London Authority. This is just like a fish-eyed view that I've just opened the opening slide in a separate window. So this is Smithfield, not Smithfield, Billingsgate Market here, south of Canary Wharf. Just trying to get my bearings here. Yeah, so this is where the Wardian is, and then you get along, this is Marsh Wall along here, this is Wood Wharf, this cluster here, and yeah, that's one Canada Square. You can see with the pyramid on the roof there. This here is the spire. This here is the landmark development, and this one here looks like it's where the Britannia Hotel is at the moment. Then in the news recently, at the bottom of the Isle of Dogs here, you can see the 3D modelling of the Westbury Printers site. Let me just get a closer look here. They haven't got Tower T5 in there. This cluster here, not quite sure. Oh right, okay, that just got consent. That's Glengall Bridge there. Let's see what else we can kind of look here that's quite interesting. This one appears to be on Skylines, or there or thereabouts. Actually, that might be the mansion redevelopment, which is by Thames Quay. What else have we got? So as we come down south here, this is the big Galliard one. There's a whole chunk that hasn't been modelled here. Elsewhere on the Isle of Dogs, going down here, which is the East Ferry Road, there are a few unfamiliar big chunks along there. But anyway, that's a fish-eye view, which I assume they've got that far. So this is the Tower Hamlets Isle of Dogs Neighbourhood Planning Forum. Okay, and this is to do with the local plan, the Isle of Dogs Neighbourhood Plan, and the referendum that's coming up next May, which I had an exchange on Twitter yesterday with the councillor for, here we are, Andrew Wood, who is the councillor of Canary Wharf Ward. He told me yesterday he's actually independent now because he resigned from the Tory party over Westbury Printers, yeah, the Westbury Printing Works. But I am critical of Tower Hamlets and their handling of that, hence why I'm actually just digging into this local plan and the referendum, because I'm very interested in it. So let's just get this up, and this is why I wanted to do this video, and that's just to get these slides. So which one are we on there? That's on number 5. So let's just get back to number 1, and let's just do a bit of a video with some impressions. Right, what do we got here? Right, this is the River Thames. Okay, so this is on the western side of the Isle of Dogs, and this here, that's the secondary school, and these yellow buildings are the Westbury Printing Works minus Tower T5, and then so you can then see, looking from, this is south, so that's going down to Island Gardens, which isn't on here. This is the Millwall Inner Dock, this is where the sailing centre is here, and then this is Pepper Street going across here to Glengall Bridge, and then you come up, and this big chunk here around Harbour Exchange is largely not 3D modelled, but then as you come along South Quay again, that's pretty incomplete, and then all of this going up along here is none of that's been built, so I don't know where that's come from. this is the Westbury Circus end of Canary Wharf here, and the Westbury Road comes down here and runs past where the Westbury Print Works site is. So these are by the roundabout at the end of Canary Wharf. There's a kind of a restaurant there, or there used to be. It was an Argentinian steak restaurant. I used to do quite a lot, go there quite a lot. So that's looking in that direction. So let's just see what else they've got here. This is number 2. Let's see if we can figure out where this is. Okay, that looks. Oh, I know where that is. That's Ballymore's scheme going over towards Good Luck Hope. Oh, you can see the Millennium Dome there. So this is Wood Wharf, I guess, because there is Dollar Bay. That's providing off-site affordable housing at Thomas Road, that scheme. So these are just some chunky buildings along. This is Marsh Wall here, going down to the East Ferry Road down here. So that's that slide. What have we got here? Right, okay, this is the one we were just looking at, the fisheye that I did the introduction on. So you can see Westbury Printing down here at the southern end of the Isle of Dogs. Millwall inner dock there, some Millwall docks here. And these are the East India docks, and the Blue Bridge is here, and that's where the lock is, where the Thames comes into the docks, East India docks. So let's just go to the next one here. Oh, actually, just to mention when we're on here, this is the spire, which hasn't been built. It's got affordable housing provision off-site, and the planning, it's been extended. So that's, I think it is possibly the tallest residential. It's actually an old site of mine that I think still has the record, this landmark building here, 22 Marsh Wall, and that whole site. I forget off the top of my head, but I put together, must have been 3.5, 4 acres or so, because also part of that was at the back of Cuba Street. There's a site that Ballymore own now, which was all part of the land assembly that I did, including Ballymore are building out another site I put together at Orchard Wharf. It's been an interesting few weeks for me, because I stopped being a property developer for, I don't know, it's been 15 years, unless you count when I restored a derelict Georgian estate. But that was more for fun really than anything particularly taxing in terms of figuring stuff out. The planners were just as difficult to deal with, though, I might add. Anyway, so Island Gardens down the bottom here. So anyway, as 3D models go, I've got to say this is pretty basic stuff. Right, what do we got here? This is the view from Greenwich Park, actually. They haven't got the Naval College in the foreground, well, you can't see it because of these little slides here. But there you have Westbury Print Works, City Reach. This is at the end of Selsdon Way, residential scheme on the dock edge there. This is the Glengall Bridge and Pepper Street Bridge here. And then looking up the docks, that's just a bit of a sort of further off. This is Good Luck Hope up here, which is the Ballymore scheme. Trinity Buoy Wharf's at the end here. And then this is all going down to Silvertown Way. So that's that. So let's see what else we've got here. Right, what have we got here? There's One Canada Square. Okay, there's the spire is over there. And then dockwise, what have we got here? I think this is Pan Peninsula, possibly. I'm quite sure that's a... Hold on, let me get my bearings here and see if we can figure this one out. No, that's it. That's the Wardian. Yeah, this is the Ballymore scheme, the Wardian. this one here might be the Novotel building. Fantastic rooftop restaurant there. And that's the landmark, I think, there. Okay, so that's the Wardian, and this will be the a site of Marsh Wall, yeah, which I've been looking at recently. This one looks like it's on the former Audi dealership site, which was the Capital and Providence site. Did that deal for them, acquired the investment and let the thing to the Audi dealership, which isn't there anymore. Right, where are we? Let's have a look at this one. Okay, this is City Reach, looking up Millwall Docks. There's Harbour Island there. There's lots of stuff missing on this one. Okay, Millennium Dome, Good Luck Hope here, and Silvertown Way over there, and there's one Canada Square. So that's that. Then what do we got here? 7 of 8. Alright, this is looking... Okay, so we're kind of hovering more or less above West Ferry Printers here. Not quite that far. This is about halfway down Millwall Dock. There's Harbour Island. So this here is the... I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a galliard thing, a great big building they built. There's Wood Wharf there, Canary Wharf. Audience, so that is that. Yeah, I think that is the Novotel. And then this is a scheme which is at 54 Marsh Wall, if I'm not mistaken. This one here, I think it's called the Quadrant, which is on the former Passmore site. That's another one of mine. It's a deal I did for Simon Carson. And I think this one down here is another Childgrove property ones that did my other one up here. On the, it's called the Angel something now, but it used to be called the Innovation Centre, which is another one of mine. It's the Dollar Bay site. Wood Wharf's an interesting one. Peter Clapshaw used to have his office there at the Telschler wine warehouses. And there were a couple of lower-rise industrial buildings. There was a satellite Earth station for BT, and they were all owned, or a lot of it was owned by a guy called Michael Hunt. And then finally, slide number 8. That's just a really pulled focus, so you can see what's going on there. So it's a fairly incomplete model, I think we can conclude.